Kanga is hooking, so there could be a change down there. But we've got a line there, and Mike Moy will now take a break, and going to be joined by John Nyongesa. John Nyongesa, welcome back after 1 week.
Well, starting off with, you could call it a blistering pace. That penalty by Impala setting the pace at 3-0 early on.
And then we had Jude Thumbi in the 7th minute leveling, so the scores are 3-3. And the pace, as you say, is quite alive, quite pace. And that is Kenya Harlequin. Sami Kikame going for touch. And definitely finds touch deep inside the Impala half.
Well, Quins going for plenty of lineouts in this first half, but you're not seeing so much coming out of them. Impala have been doing so well pushing in from the inside.
But there's a small comparative advantage in the lineout because Impala not winning most of their balls. That is 5 lineouts, and they have not won any. So it looks like Coach Bill Githinji is going to kind of make a change. But at the moment it is a scrum down with the scores at 3-3. And it looks like there's no advantage in the park today because Impala have reinforced their forwards with Benjamin Aimba coming in and Bill Odongo also coming in. Benjamin Aimba missed last week's action, that's Fred Olos, also the Kenya Rugby Football Union development manager.
Well, Eric, they are playing a much more, I would say, much more physical game in Impala. It's been their usual fast-running game, especially through the middle, but today we've seen some fantastic stuff from them.
In the opening, I think they're still looking at some of the weak points wherever they are. And, you know, they have to gauge their opponents before they can start really making those moves. That is Moses Gesami, one of the changes in the Kenya Harlequin
has been a good
lineup.
Defense, at least a good defense this afternoon. I saw that drift defense, especially when there was a bit of a break in the middle for Impala. And then the likes of Akakame in the drift defense did very well, at least to cover up when there was a big hole in the middle.
Quite right, and Moses Gesami always plays as a center, as a winger, but now today he's been drafted at center. So I think the coach, Ken Thimba, is looking for a change of tactics then. The referee, Franco Chieng from Uganda. Quite an experienced referee.
Well, coming after last weekend's fracas here by the Mean Machine guys, I guess that neutral referee is doing a good job.
Indeed, I think...
and a more mature opposition we are watching out here.
It's always been a tradition that the Enterprise Cup is refed by a neutral referee, and it looks like that is what they're going for. That is Paul Odera. And still it is Kenya Harlequin with the scores at 3-3. Kenya Harlequin having the upper hand at the moment. And looking for the ball, comes out Impala way with Fred Olos. But promptly they lose the ball. Let's have a look at Impala, the defending champions. They are the defending champions. They first won the Enterprise Cup in 1956.
Well, some good action there before.
That looked like a high. That looked like a high tackle to me. Yes, it was a high tackle. Now the referee is indicating there for an offside. And Felix Ochieng quickly taking the ball.
Captain Obonyo on the outside, brought down by Bondi.
But now that is Steve Obondi, quite a busy person since the game started. But that's a turnover. And Sami Kakame will send it for touch.
And the pace quite impressive early on, even though, well, I would say the even scoreline reflects the kind of force both teams have put into the game. Even though I would say as far as initiative, as far as attacking is, I will tip it to Impala.
You know, already Kenya Harlequin 2 has already won the Mwamba Cup just before this match. So that's actually set the tone for this match. So the first side of Kenya Harlequin would like to kind of surpass what their second side did, and they beat the second side of Impala, so it looked like a rehearsal. And this is going to be the scrum down. Looking at the sides, the two histories of the two clubs in the Enterprise Cup, Impala, the defending champions, they first won the title in 1956, and in that match they dethroned Kenya Harlequin. And it is Impala on the prowl, and that's Alan Omanga. Looking for Olewe, and that's Olewe.
Well, Nyende does well as a fullback.
That was Felix Ochieng going back to the fullback position. I wonder where Charles Nyende, the fullback, was. But quite a mobile player, Felix Ochieng, the captain of Impala side. Did quite well there to go back and cover, because if that kick by Olewe, and it's Olewe on the ball again, with Alan Wamanga. And that's Vincent Makanga trying to find his way through, but brought down by John Kagagi.
Good tackling coming in from Harlequins. They'll join the fray right now. Ball is out, and
Charles Ngovi trying a drop kick there, but
didn't work out exactly.
This time, not lucky. Maybe another time. That's Charles Ngovi. Quite a lanky player, and you wonder how he survives those big hits.
Quite deft as well. You noticed in his moves, look at the way he was running.
That was Olewe.
Fed off that attack quite well.
And combined well there with Alan Wamanga. That was quite a good run.
Trying to cut around a three-man defense. Quite deft, but before he was finally brought down. They're showing the kind of initiative I was talking about. That's
a penalty. Nick Olewe today playing in place of Oscar Osir, double O. And that's a penalty. He's going to try to get some 3 points. He's already had 1 out of 1, as we say in rugby. And Nick Olewe went for trials with Manchester RFC, did quite well, and is waiting for some answer. But this time not quite lucky, John.
Not quite lucky, and well, at least he'll have quite a job, Eric, trying to fit into the shoes of Oscar Oster. Did quite a splendid job during the semi-finals.
I made an inquiry about, asked Oscar Oster, what is it this about removing your right boot when you're kicking the ball? He told me he doesn't know anything about that. Maybe that one is just Olewe's style. That's a good block.
Hold on to your ticket, as they will be entered into a raffle in which you will get a chance to win a CD player. Hit at the moon.
Good attacking, off Indoli. And the pressure keeps coming on. Kisami joins the fray as well, but
the ball comes out from Quins.
That was quite some good pressure from Quins. Quite relentless, catching Impala a bit off guard.
And it is Paul Odera. Paul Odera is trying to go down there, but just arrested near the line.
Correct phrase, I would say, just in the nick of time. I've seen more pressure from Quins on the outside right as well. Ball comes out Kakame now.
And that's going to be a try for
Felix Ochieng.
number 5, Felix Ochieng. Puts in a try, the captain leading by example. That is Felix Ochieng in the 25th minute.
Let's take another pick at it.
That was a good run by Roger Akena, and is the one who set Felix Ochieng, who had Moses Gesami supporting him on the outside. Quite a good run by Kenya Harlequin.
I'd say that from Kakame to Akena, and then just keep on plowing towards right, and even then the Impala defense couldn't push them right on towards the touchline. Managed just to get there about 5 meters off the touchline.
But that is the psychological advantage you need when you're playing a final like you're playing now. And it is Jude Thumbi with a conversion. He's kicked only 1 out of 3. Jude Thumbi with a conversion, with Kenya Harlequin leading 8-3. Kenya Harlequin's 8. And he misses the ball, the sticks. But Kenya Harlequins are leading 8-3.
8-3, quite a good score comparing, well, if you take into attention the kind of give and take that has been in this game. Impala really gave a lot, especially in the first 10 minutes. And Quins are not doing what Nondis did, playing a waiting game against Impala. They're really pushing and pushing forward. That was quite some splendid run we had just before that try was mad.
It's a give and take, and that's a knock-on. And John, today we have got a scoreboard for the first time maybe in a long time. We've been commentating and we've been keeping the scores, but I think the Kenya Rugby Football Union have done quite a good job to bring the scoreboard on the lower end of the pitch, where we've got also the Guinness courtesy tent.
Well, quite good, I guess. Last time we had a trouble-free commentary was during the Safari Sevens. We had the score very well displayed. I made it quite easy, and for the fans as well.
Quite, and today they have got the scoreboard. I think one of our very hard-working cameramen will pick it, and we can have a look at what the scoreboard looks like. But that's a penalty.
8-3. It's Olewe again going there, and well, I kind of miss Oscar.
And that is the scoreboard we were talking about. You can see they are very prominently displayed, and thank you very much to our cameramen. At least they looked around and found they found the scoreboard.
Also well placed, I guess, towards the lower end of the field instead of the center, as it's always been.
Where everybody can have a look at it.
Well, for Olewe again, I guess still a big job trying to fill in the big man's shoes. Oscar Osir, not too big, but his feet do the talking.
Oscar Osir won the man of the match the last time around. And it looks like Olewe will have to remove his boots so that those balls can start going in. With the ball, that's Senior Bonyo, number 20. And 17 there is Gerald Komanga for Impala. And that's Obondi. That's quite a good aggressive play and quite good anticipation by Olewe. Steve, by Steve Obondi, also known as Senior Most. And that's Steve Obondi again. No, that's Benjamin Aimba. Quite confusing. They've got
two players with wrappers on their heads, and so Bondi and Ayimba. And the two doing quite a good job, quite aggressive. That was quite a good steal by Obondi, dashed down, and Quins did well to marshal their defense again to steal that right end.
And that is Roger Kenner calling for mark.
Eight to 3. In case you're joining us now, you are watching KBC's live coverage of the Enterprise Cup final. Impala versus Harlequins. It's Quins in the lead, 8 to Impala's 3.
The ball was already free, so it was anybody's ball. I think that was quite good advantage play by the referee, Franco Cheng. But it looks like, John, it looks like after the explosive start by Kenya Harlequin, it looks like it is now Impala who are now controlling the proceedings.
There, but at least the Quins defense is still holding strong. We've had Impala getting most of the initiative. Ayimba now.
That's Ayimba.
And not so far from the try line. And the final push, they're there.
That is Vincent Makanga going over for Impala.
Oh, that's impressive play, and Ben Ayimba did well to actually use his physical presence in the game to extend the ground that they had just before that final touch. So it's 8-8, and it's a fitting final.
Just look at it. That's Vincent Makanga.